In today's video, I'll be discussing some surprising information regarding a 144.5% increase in Social Security checks, including but not limited to retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, and VA benefits. Let's dive into the details right now. I want to share the specifics of this report because it focuses primarily on your monthly benefits and the checks you receive from Social Security to maintain your lifestyle. These checks are crucial for the vast majority of beneficiaries. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you think the annual COLA, cost of living adjustment raises, are high enough to keep up with the increase in living costs year over year? I'm guessing most of you in the community would say no, and I completely agree with you. The numbers back this up, and this report highlights this issue, leading to the 144.5% increase I'll discuss in this video. Although surprising at first, the details will make it clear why this increase isn't as shocking as it seems. Before we get into the details, can I ask a huge favor? If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button below. It's completely free and always will be. I'm here for you every day, monitoring the headlines, doing the research, advocating on your behalf, and breaking it all down into short videos. It's a tough time financially, and I want to help you maximize your monthly, annual, and lifetime income and take advantage of available programs for low and fixed income individuals. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your support. Feel free to share this video with friends, family, or on social media using the share button below the video. It's important for everyone to be aware of what's happening with fixed incomes and other benefits. Now, let's go over the details. This report covers the increases in benefits and expenses over the last 23 years. When you see these numbers side by side, it becomes clear that the system is not working as intended and is on a path to failure. However, this is not shocking news. The COLA raises, especially in the past few years, have been relatively high due to significant inflation. For instance, this year's raise is 3.2%, which is modest but still one of the highest in recent years. Last year, it was 8.7%, and the year before that, 5.9%. Now let's look at the bigger picture. From the year 2000 to 2023, including this year's 3.2% raise, living expenses have increased by 144.5%. This encompasses all expenses like food, gas, shelter, clothing, and other goods and services. This drastic increase over 24 years highlights the significant gap between COLA raises and actual living cost increases. It's a clear indicator of why many feel that the COLA raises are insufficient. So, let's break down the details and explore the implications of these numbers further. The annual adjustments in Social Security benefits over the past years should ideally match the increase in living expenses, right? It should be the same 144.5%, but it's not. Let me share the details. Over that same period, benefits have increased by only 81.6%. This is a major discrepancy, about 62%, give or take. Benefits should have increased at the same rate as living expenses to maintain parity. Parity means equal footing, apples to apples. If the COLA was fairly calculated to reflect actual living expenses, we wouldn't see this 62% gap. Now, let's delve into the reasons behind this issue. One reason might be the way COLA is calculated. Currently, it's based on the CPIW, which has been used since 1975. If they had used the CPIE instead, would the results have been different? Not significantly. The CPIE would have only added about 3–4% more to the increase. So the discrepancy would still be around 58%, not much better. This raises questions about the accuracy of inflation reports. Are they truly reflecting living expenses and the price adjustments for the goods and services we buy? When we see these numbers, it's clear that something isn't adding up. I'm not a mathematician, but even on a basic level, 81.6% is nowhere near 144.5%. If benefits had increased by, say, 141%, I'd say we were close. But a 62% gap? That's a huge discrepancy. Consider the past few years when inflation was very high. We've all noticed the increase in our grocery bills, gas prices, clothing, rent, and utilities. Despite these rising costs, our benefits haven't kept pace. For instance, while benefits may increase by $18 a month, you might spend an extra $20 on groceries alone. And that's just groceries. What about other necessities? I wanted to bring this information to your attention because it's important to understand these discrepancies. Knowing this helps us grasp the challenges we face and why our benefits don't seem to cover our increased living expenses. At the end of the day, this information, while surprising, confirms what many of us have already suspected.